We're told we're living in the most advanced time in human history. We have smart homes, smartphones, smart cars, every luxury at our fingertips. But if this is the pinnacle of human progress, why does it still feel so empty? You wake up in a world built to impress you. Everywhere you look, choice. 100 apps to message someone, 1,000 paths to build a career, millions of voices telling you who to be, what to chase, where to belong. It looks like freedom, but it feels like noise. Imagine standing in a massive hall of mirrors. Each reflection shows a different you, the influencer, the entrepreneur, the minimalist, the rebel. Pick one, pick 5. It feels powerful. But no matter how many mirrors you try, none of them show you who you are. They only show what's been handed to you. That's the modern illusion. Endless choice, no direction. You're not choosing your path. You're choosing from pre-built identities. Someone already decided what's profitable, what's beautiful, what's acceptable. You just get to decorate the box. This is what we're sold as freedom, a curated illusion. We live in a world dressed up like a buffet. You can be anything, do anything, say anything. But look closer. The menu is long, but the kitchen is closed. You're not free. You're just allowed to feel like you are. It's a child's menu in adult disguise. Colorful, exciting, but pre-approved. You see it in your career. You're free to follow your passion as long as it's profitable. Want to be an artist? A philosopher? A wanderer? That's cute. But how will you monetize that? Can it be branded? Will it scale? The system whispers, be whoever you want, as long as we can package it. Even your beliefs come with guardrails. You're free to speak your mind until it makes others uncomfortable, until it questions the foundation itself. We call it free speech, but it lives in a cage dressed in velvet. The Overton window, the frame of acceptable ideas, is narrow, but it's decorated so well we don't notice the walls. We confuse variety with freedom. But freedom isn't having 70 types of toothpaste. It's having the power to ask, why is toothpaste a billion-dollar industry to begin with? Consumer culture doesn't give you freedom. It gives you flavored obedience. Pick your outfit, your iced coffee, your wallpaper. But challenge the script of success, beauty, or worth, and watch how quickly that freedom dissolves. It smiles while handing you 1,000 flavors of the same story. Conform, but do it your way. Take social media. It promises expression, a voice, a stage. But the stage is wired. Say what the algorithm wants, get applause. Say something real, get buried. Expression becomes performance. Authenticity becomes a strategy. Even rebellion is a brand now. Want to be a misfit? There's a playlist, a hoodie, a filter, a hashtag, non-conformity, commodified. And here's the real danger. It works. It gives you just enough reward, just enough likes, just enough validation to keep the machine running. You feel free, but you're still in the cage. Real freedom? It begins with a question. Not, which path should I take? But, who built the road? Not, what should I want next? But, why do I want anything at all? It's the moment you stop confusing the menu for the meal, the moment the illusion starts to crack. Let's talk about productivity. You wake up, check your phone. A quote stares back. You have the same 24 hours as Elon Musk. Before you even brush your teeth, you feel behind. Welcome to the treadmill. Here, worth is measured by output. Your identity, your value, your pride, all linked to what you do. How much? How fast? Burnout isn't a warning sign. It's a badge. Exhaustion, a virtue. Rest. Lazy, unless you rebrand it as self-care content. Since childhood, we've been graded, scored, ranked. Good grades, gold stars, promotions, follower counts. We learned a dangerous lie. More doing equals more worth. And we believed it. Not because it's true, but because it's repeated so often. It feels true. So we grind. We hustle. We buy productivity apps, time block our calendars, chase that one magical moment where peace finally arrives. It never does, because the bar keeps moving. The goalpost drags just ahead. Even leisure becomes a metric. Read a book, track the pages, take a walk, count the steps, sit still. Only if it's part of a mindfulness routine. We've forgotten how to just exist. But here's the truth. You are not a machine. You were never meant to optimize every hour of every day. Nature doesn't bloom all year long. Why should you? Productivity culture disguises itself as empowerment, but it's just another form of quiet slavery. You become your own jailer, and rest starts to feel like guilt. The system doesn't have to chain you. It just convinces you to chain yourself. You're not addicted to work. You're addicted to being seen as useful. But here's a radical idea. You are already enough, even when you do nothing, even when you're still. The most subversive thing you can do in a world addicted to hustle is nothing. Let's go deeper. Who are you? It sounds simple, right? But try answering. You'll reach for roles. I'm a student, a manager, a parent, a dreamer, an introvert. But where did these identities come from? Did you choose them? Or did they arrive, like uniforms on the first day of school? From the moment you're born, identity is assigned. Gender, name, culture, expectations. You learn what's praised, what's punished. You adjust. You perform. You become acceptable. And slowly, almost invisibly, you trade your real self for a safer version. Social media, marketing, even education, they don't just reflect who you are. They shape who you think you should be. You don't just post, you curate. You don't just speak, you brand. Your self becomes a product, wrapped in filters and hashtags. And the tragedy? You play the role so well, you forget there was ever something beneath it. But sometimes, in silence, the mask slips, and you catch a glimpse of the original you, the one before the applause, before the algorithm, before you were told who to be. That version is still there, quiet, watching, waiting for you to remember. You don't need to abandon every role, but if those roles start to feel like cages, you owe yourself the question, who am I without all this? Try sitting in silence. No phone, no music, just you. Ask, if no one was watching, what would I still love? If I wasn't trying to be enough, who would I be? That's where your real self lives. Not in your job, not in your feed, but in the quiet, unfiltered, knowing that you exist beyond the performance. You were never meant to be a brand. You were meant to be a human. But we traded real life for comfort. Why risk? Why reach? Why feel? Comfort feels better. We love comfort, the warm bed, the fast food, the dopamine on demand. Why bother with the unknown when the known is so easy? But here's the problem. Comfort is a cage with pillows. It dulls our edges, numbs our questions, shrinks our dreams to fit a screen. Everything is made easy, except the things that matter. Growth still hurts. Truth still stings. Love still requires effort. And when discomfort feels unbearable, we avoid the very things that make us alive. The system thrives on this. A comfortable population is a quiet one. You don't rebel when you're entertained. You don't question when you're distracted. But here's the antidote. Do hard things. Not for reward, but to remember your strength. Sit with boredom. Choose silence over noise. Walk the path that doesn't promise applause but feels real. Because real life, raw, messy, beautiful life, doesn't live on a screen. It lives just outside your comfort zone. And maybe, just maybe, the version of you you're aching to meet is hiding in the place you've been avoiding. That quiet, that stillness, that unfiltered truth, that's where freedom lives. And when you touch it, even for a second, the illusion begins to fade. You don't need permission. You don't need performance. You don't need to become anything. You just need to remember. You are already home. Welcome back.